Good morning, students. Hope you are keeping fine at home. Is that right? Okay. Please take your history book and open page number. Yes, page number 89, 89, 80, 90, 89, 90. Yes. Yesterday we were discussing about the Mughal Empire after Akbar, and so Jahangir, we have discussed about Jahangir, and today we will discuss under this. We have discussed coming of the British during the reign of Jahangir. We have point to discuss is the coming of the British, how they came into India, they entered into India. So we have discussed about Jahangir, how he got, then he succeeded his father, and remember the slogans regarding the Mughals. We have discussed about the military campaign of Jahangir soon after his ascension to the throne. Soon after he succeeded his father, he also started his military campaign. So our lesson begins with that. Next one is the coming of the British. Now, during Jahangir's reign, many Europeans came to India for trade. Why they came? For trade, for business, buying and selling of the things. That is the trade. And this trade was done mainly through the sea route. And so Captain William Hawkins arrived in the court of Jahangir in 1609 with the aim of setting up a factory in Surat. But he could not overcome the Portuguese influence on the Mughal court. In January 1615, Sir Thomas Roe arrived in the court of Jahangir as the ambassador of the King of England. The objectives of Thomas Roe to finish the unfinished work of William Hawkings, and so he succeeded to obtain the trade concession for British traders, and also setting up the factory in Surat. That is mill. What mill? Cloth mill. This is till today Surat is very, very important for cloth, various types of saris, especially the saris. Surat. Before that, the Portuguese had incurred the emperor's wrath by forcing. So, let me explain to this. This paragraph is very interesting. Now, as a background, you must know that the English have ruled the world. Wherever they went, all over the world. See, so the people, they say, no, it was in English rule, the British rule was never in dark. You never saw the dark area, night. They had always day. They walked always in the daylight. If in England or in Africa or other places, if it is night, then in India and in Asia it is day. In Asia it is day, then there it is night. So, and the British were there. British rule was there. And so British rule had never seen night, they say. So it is a saying, but then that means they were all over the world, they were ruling over. Beginning from the America. They started ruling from America, then Africa, then other small countries, and then Asia. And especially India, most they ruled for more than 200 years. More than 200 years. And so this is the beginning. Why I am saying is because the beginning is here. So first time William Hawkins came during the reign of the Mughal ruler Jahangir, and he came to the court of Jahangir and asked for the concession, business concession, trade concession. He did not get. Why? That time Portuguese were more influential. They had more, they are more powerful businessmen in India. Who? Portuguese. And so they could not get the concession from Jahangir. And so he returned back. Who? William Hawkins. And then in 1615, see, 1609, so almost another say 13 years after that. After 13 years again, who comes? Thomas Roe. He comes this time as an ambassador. And ambassador is a person, is a messenger actually. Mediator or message, get message and passes message. The message between the two countries. Today also we have got the ambassadors, and they are working, mediating the two countries, India and other countries, wherever they are. So ambassadors have a very big job. And so this man came in the court of Jahangir as an ambassador for the King of England. He was a representative of King of England. Naturally, Jahangir has to say yes. As a king, he has to say, and he kept him. And slowly he got the concession, the permission to have trade, and also establish factory in Surat. Because they were making clothes. You know that these Britishers, and then India was good market for that. Because of the cotton, the best cotton grown in India. So Thomas Roe arrives as ambassador in 1615. The objectives, the main aims of the Thomas Roe was to finish the unfinished work of Captain Hawkins. William Hawkins is known as Captain Hawkins also. He succeeded in getting trade concession for the British traders, and also setting up the factories in Surat. Before that, the Portuguese had incurred that. So why it is they got concession? Because that time after 13 years, you see, first when he came, Britishers came, they did not get. Second time again they came. When they came, when Portuguese had some misunderstanding between the Portuguese and the Mughal Emperor Jahangir. That means they were doing some ghotalas for something they were doing. What was they doing? They were suppressing the other traders. That is called the piracy. They were doing piracy in the Bay of Bengal. In the Bay of Bengal area, in that sea, whoever was coming, they were not allowing, they were chasing them away or looting them. That's the word used, piracy. Hope you know this was piracy, which impacted trade, which were affected on trade. And so, yeah, the Mughal Emperor Jahangir was not happy with them. And so easily he gave concession to the British, and that was the end. That's the first one. Next one is the role of Nur Jahan in the reign of Jahangir. We will see next. Very interesting one. Thank you.